And rising, my beautiful souls, thank you for joining me back here on my channel. Today is Tuesday, January 26th. So we are 2 days away from the collective full moon Reiki. I will be hosting a full moon Reiki on Thursday. Yes, on Thursday. And I'm super excited about it. All you have to do to secure your spot for that is just send $11.11 to my Cash App along with your full name, and then I'll be able to add you onto that list. I will be doing a sound bath as well as a general reading for everybody who participates, and that will be on a private YouTube link. So it's my first time doing it like that, so I'm super excited about it. This is going to be great for anybody who wants to try out Reiki but doesn't want to book a full session or just want to get some energy healing, you know. The huge. All right, let's see what it is that is preventing us from taking back our power. Spirit, what does everybody watching need to know to take back their power? How are they giving up their power? Ooh, Jesus. How are they giving up their power right now? Jesus. That's enough. That's enough. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Two of Cups. So right off the bat, we have Three Cups cards, which is going to be talking about our emotional journey, right? And then the Queen of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is how y'all are blocking or preventing yourself from taking back your power is one, with the Knight of Cups, you might be approaching life a little romanticized. Like you're kind of like romanticizing all the aspects of your life, okay? Instead of like, I guess you might be dreaming too much, like daydreaming too much, and not really focusing on what it is that you need to do, but more of thinking like, oh, okay, one day when I get famous, this is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Spirit saying it's great for you to dream ahead and, you know, think about stuff that's going to happen later down the line. But Spirit is saying you need to focus on right now. Like some of y'all are too far ahead in the fucking future that you can't even see what's going on right now, right in front of you. And then there's also energy of like something had happened, okay? Something had happened, an obstacle had presented itself, a blockage presented itself, and you're still crying over spilled milk because all these cards came in the reverse except the Two of Cups. So it's like, you see, she's upset about these Three Cups being knocked over, but there's two more cups that are up, and then there's like a whole adventure waiting for her over here. But she's so worried about the fact that like, oh, you know, I knocked over Three Cups, but see how there's a river in the background? So it's like you kind of have to emotionally get over it, okay? Spirit is saying you can wallow in self-pity and sadness and, oh, this didn't go right, that didn't go right all day. And it's only going to make you feel worse. It's not going to make you feel any better. Okay, Spirit is saying you need to accept it and let it go. You need to accept it and let it go. And then I'm also, what the Queen of Pentacles upside down, I'm also getting like very bitchy vibes. Okay, you might be bitching about something that you haven't been getting financially. Maybe you've been working on something really hard and it's not really like the fruits of your labor are not showing yet. Okay, they haven't ripened yet, and you're getting frustrated. And Spirit is saying, you know, slow it down, because you might be so focused on the future of what you want to happen that you're not focusing on the path that you're supposed to be taking right now, the steps that you're supposed to be taking right now, and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing right now. Okay, so with this Two of Cups energy, I'm getting that you need somebody to hold you accountable. Okay, with all the stuff that's going on, you need to have somebody who's going to hold you accountable. Now, if that can't be you, then you need to go look outside of yourself and find somebody who is going to be able to hold you accountable. And it's actually crazy because I literally just found somebody who we're basically going to keep each other accountable for the stuff that we're doing. And that like speaks greatly to this. It's just like, you know, all the people, just remember that everybody who's your friend or everybody who comes across that you come across in your life, you come across them for a reason. Okay. Some people are here for a season. Okay. Some people are blessings. Some people are lessons. Okay. You just got to understand that. I'm sorry. I had to spark this. But yeah, like some people are just here to teach you lessons. Okay. So don't take everything so personally. Don't take, you know, just because, for example, like I said, if you go and you try to find somebody to hold you accountable and you don't find exactly the person that you're looking for, it's okay. Just chill out, okay? I tell y'all this all the time. Things happen for you. They don't happen to you. Stop thinking everything that's happening to you is bad luck or bad things and this, that, and the third. Because it's like, it's all about how you view it. Even if bad things happen and you view it like, oh, okay, I didn't get this job, but thank God I didn't get this job because I would have ended up with a suck-ass coworker. Like, that's you seeing outside of, oh, you didn't get the job. Yeah, you didn't get the job because you didn't want a suck-ass coworker. That wasn't in alignment for what you were asking for. All right, let's get into self-care. Let's see what self-care we need to do. All right. Going to be back to what our usual Monday self-care is going to look like, okay? So we have abundance planning, deep breathing, positive affirmations, intuition, and look to the stars. So we do have a full moon in Leo coming up, okay? So Spirit is saying, you know, look to the stars. One, look to the stars, find out your birth chart and all that fun stuff. If you already haven't, if you already know, look up and see how the moon's powers, you know, fluctuate and peak based on how it looks in the sky. Okay. So Spirit is saying, maybe look into astrology, look into, you know, the sky. Like, just like, it's all there for a reason. A lot of people think it's a lot of mumbo jumbo, but once you actually get into it and you look at your chart, you'll see certain things that you're like, oh, well, that's why I'm like that. I didn't know I was like that because of this. Okay. Intuition. So as we're moving into this age of the Aquarius and all these illusions are starting to come down all around us, we need to trust in our intuition. Okay. And this is a very, very, repeated message, okay, of trusting yourself and trusting your intuition, because your intuition is there for a reason. Okay, you feel those vibes when things are off for a reason. Okay, you feel that it's off for a reason. You feel like, I don't know about that person. I don't know how I feel about that person. You feel like that for a reason. Okay, the Spirit is saying you're always being, things are just burning. You're always being divinely guided by your inner self and your higher self, as well as your spirit guides and your angels and your ancestors. So Spirit is saying, just listen to it. You know what I mean? Take a moment and listen to what yourself is saying to you. Positive affirmations. Positive affirmations is going to be a really big part of your daily routine if you really want to shift your mindset to a more positive mindset. Because positive affirmations, they grow on you. And then they grow within your being. We remember all these little things that are non-important to us. Like, we'll remember what we want to order when we go to Chick-fil-A. We'll remember what size they have at Chick-fil-A. We'll remember what desserts they have at Chick-fil-A. But you don't want to remember positive affirmations that can help you with your, you know, self-image, that can help you with your self-worth, with your self-love, all of that. You know what I mean? So Spirit is saying, take some time, like take some of the space of the bullshit that you remember and replace it with something that's going to be beneficial to you. Deep breathing. So deep breathing is a really good technique. I tell y'all this all the time, to have in your back pocket, especially when you're going through your emotions. Okay. It is easier said than done for you to stop and think before you speak. So Deep breathing is definitely one of those things that you want to have, like techniques that you want to have in your back pocket, just so that, you know, when you get angry or you get upset, you can just pull that technique out of the bag and just use it to your benefit, and just use it as a deep breathing technique to calm you down, count to 10. You know what I mean? Like, all of those things sound stupid, but they actually work. And then the last thing, or the first thing, is going to be to plan for your abundance. I know that it has been a very reoccurring theme of manifesting abundance in one's life. And Spirit is saying, okay, you can manifest all the abundance that you want, but if you have no plans for your abundance, you're just going to piss all your money away. Okay. Not only are you going to piss your money away, but you're probably going to waste it on things that you probably wouldn't have wasted on if you had had a plan of what you wanted to do with your, I'm sorry, I'm trying to burn this Palo Santo. Spirit is telling me to burn it for some reason. But it's such a little piece that I'm scared that I'm going to burn my hand. But it's not catching fire. Oh, there we go. Oh, just as soon as I said it wasn't catching fire, look at this shit. Bam. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, Spirit is saying I need to do this right now. Cleansing the timeline. All right. Let's move on to the Soul's Journeys lesson cards. What lessons are our souls trying to learn at this moment in this time? What do we need to be reminded of, Spirit? What do we need to be reminded of? How can we take back our power? And put these 5. All right. Let's see. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Yes. Indecision. I use my intuition for all aspects of life. Wasn't we just talking about intuition? Wasn't we just talking about intuition? Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. I also saw something yesterday. They said that grief is the price that we pay for love, okay? Because at some point, when we have love in our life, whether we love someone or something, at some point it's going to get taken away from us, right? At some point. But that is what grief is. It's just an opportunity for us to appreciate what we have. But lame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Guilt. I release any belief that no longer assists in my soul's growth. And I say this all the time, okay? You don't have to be the same person you were yesterday. You don't even have to, like, I feel like a lot of people are really struggling through this whole, like, racism thing, you know what I'm saying? And white people, black people, brown people, people of all colors are going through it right now. And it's like each one of them realize that they have a different thing to go through. You know what I mean? Like, as black and brown people, or people of color, or minorities, we see it as this shit has been going on for millennia. Like, the way that y'all treat us and stuff. And now y'all are just realizing it, you know? And then at the same time, we have our white counterparts that it's 50-50. Half of them are willing to accept what had happened, you know? And the other half is not willing to accept it. They're saying, oh, all y'all doing is complaining about shit. You know what I mean? Like, I saw somebody say to somebody else, I know you believe in reincarnation, so do you really think that every white person was a white person in their past life? That's not the fucking point. The fucking point is that we're all here right now for a fucking reason. So if you were born white in this lifetime, it is up to you for you to use your white privilege in the way that it's been used, or you can use it in a better way. Like, you know what I'm saying? You admitting that, you know, white people fucked up in the past is not you saying that, you know, you had any part in that, or, you know, because I feel like silence is compliance. If you're quiet about something and you don't speak out about something, you're allowing it to happen. And like, I feel like that is so crucial, especially if you are a white person in America, because it's like, you already have that privilege that is unspoken. And then for you to not say or speak up when things are happening to people that you supposedly are friends with, or you supposedly love, or you supposedly, you know, admire to value in some sort of way, it's just like, okay, well, how can you say you care about these people if you're not, you know what I'm saying, speaking up about it, if you're not checking your family members for saying things that are out of line? And it all starts in the family. I say it all the time. It starts in the family. Like, that's where racism starts, is you get raised around people who are like that. And then that's how it's going to stop, is by us checking the people that are around us before they even get a chance to interact with the outside world. Okay. See the solution. See the solution. See the solution. You are the solution. All the answers that you have been looking for is inside of you. Spirit says, walk it off. Walk it off. This is regarding any kind of altercations, conflicts, anything like that. Okay. I'm saying the number 5. So conflict changes. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, if it makes you feel upset, uncomfortable, not happy, walk it off. Walk it off. Clear your mind. Walk it off and see the solution. See that you are the solution. Okay. What I was just talking about is that everything's going to be a team effort in this new age, because like I always say, once you heal yourself or begin healing yourself, you are helping healing the collective. Why? Because you are part of the collective. Each and every single one of us make up society as a whole. So once we change our mindset and our beliefs, in turn, we are changing part of society. Okay. So it's a team effort. It's a team effort. Sound check. Sound check. Spirit is saying, pay attention to the sounds and things that are going on around you. For example, yesterday, and actually today and right now, I started listening to the birds chirp in the morning. Just for a couple of minutes, you know, it's just nice to be able to appreciate your environment, even if it's not the environment that, you know, you want to be in forever. Like, I feel like a lot of the times we ask for things and we aren't specific in the way that we ask for them. So it's like, once we do get it, we're so busy chasing the next thing that we didn't even realize, like, damn, I have everything that I used to ask for. Like, everything I used to ask for, I have now. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's about, yeah, you want to keep on going and stuff, but be appreciative of the stuff that you already have. Like, I am so thankful and grateful for all my plants, because my plants make me feel so much better. I talk to my plants every so often, you know what I'm saying? And I love seeing them grow. I love pruning them. I love taking care of them. I love watering them, you know, and it's just, it's nice. It's nice to be able to appreciate, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's something that we're missing a lot, that we need to do a lot more, is appreciate the stuff that we already have, because it's stuff that we asked for. Sleep on it. So if there's a choice that you need to make, 1, you need to see that you're the solution. 2, you need to walk it off, and then maybe you need to sleep on it. Okay. Most definitely. Because when you're sleeping, you actually get answers and like different messages from your guides. Okay. And like last night, I had a really crazy dream, but like, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes you have crazy dreams and you get really pissed off when you first wake up because you don't understand the subliminals in it. But then it's like, as you go about your day, you start looking at things in a different light, and you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe this happening in my dream wasn't it literally happening like that. It was just a representation of what I needed to learn. You know what I mean? Because our dreams are most of the time always subliminal messages. They're not going to be, oh, this is the cookie. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the cookie, and this is what the cookie is made of. Like, no. Clear the path. So this is going back to letting go of all those self-limiting beliefs that we currently hold for ourselves, as well as the world around us. I know I spoke about this with somebody yesterday for one of their readings, and they were telling me how they wanted to take the leap in order to pursue their passion full time, which was, you know, energy healing and spirituality, basically. Like, spiritual work. And they said that they, you know, were no longer fulfilled at their job, and they felt like they really wanted to take this leap. And so I basically told them what I wish somebody had told me. And I told them, take that leap. You know what I mean? Like, if you honestly feel like you're no longer happy at your job and you want to make a change, then make that change. You know what I'm saying? And then they were like, with that obviously comes a lot of doubt. Doubt as in, you know, what if I don't succeed? What if, you know, I don't find enough clients? Like, what if the city that I'm in, there's not a lot of people looking for the services that I'm trying to give? And then I had to remind her, and I was like, baby, it is 2021. It is 2021. We are no longer bounded by the cities that we live in, by the geographic locations that we live in, because now we have the internet. We have the internet where I can reach somebody in California, in Canada, in Europe, wherever, right? Wherever it is that my message needs to be heard. But at the same time, you have to put that intention out. You know what I mean? Yes, the internet is very vast and stuff, but you have to put that intention out there into the universe. Like, hey, I want to find my soul tribe through the internet. You know what I mean? And I call forth finding my soul tribe through the internet. I call forth my soul tribe for me to be able to help assist them in their spiritual journey on the internet. You know what I mean? But you have to be able to no longer like limit yourself, and understand that you're an unlimited being, receiving from an unlimited source in an unlimited way. Because when you add that geographic limitation and say, oh, you know, what if the people in my city don't support me? What if the people in my city, there aren't anybody looking for my services? Like, obviously, there's going to be people who are looking for your services. You know what I mean? In my example, in Houston, you know, we have multiple spiritual shops that do very, very, very well. They do very well for themselves, you know, and there's only a couple of them. I think there's maybe a total of like 5 or 6, but they do very well. And so I'm like, there is a community out there. It's just you finding that community. You know, we have several Reiki centers in Houston, you know, that are like, I don't want to say like this, but very Americanized. You know what I'm saying? For the fact that, you know, there are people who are looking for Reiki in Houston. So it's just a matter of knowing that there are no limits and believing that there are no limits. Because the moment that you believe something isn't really going to work out, it's not going to work out, because the belief in you thinking that it's not going to work out, or you thinking, oh, it's probably not going to work out, is a belief in itself. Okay. So it's gonna play a part in, you know, how things turn out. All right, so let's get into the affirmations for today. All right, let's see. Okay, there is no blame. I release the need to blame anyone, including myself. We are all doing the best that we can with the understanding, knowledge, and awareness that we have. Yes. I am at peace with my sexuality. I rejoice in my sexuality and in my own body. My body is perfect for me in this lifetime. I embrace it with love and compassion. I feel like that is so important as far as just being in love with your body and your vessel that you currently are in right now, because you're in that body for a reason. Like, I didn't really feel strongly about that until I really started getting into spirituality and doing readings for people and stuff, because I started to, like, the stuff that I'm teaching people, the stuff that I'm telling people, I'm able to see it again for a second time or third time or fourth time. And I'm always able to see a different perspective on it, you know, the second, third, or fourth time that I come across it. And I'm just like, for a long time, I felt like I never saw representation of me. I never saw someone who looked like me that did all the things that I wanted to do. And then I think one time when I was watching American Idol, and it's crazy that like American Idol even opened my eyes to this, but Katy Perry was telling this one girl, because the girl was like, she was like, have you ever pursued this professionally? And the girl was like, no. And she's like, why not? And she's like, I don't know. I just felt like there was nobody else that looked like me. And then Katy was like, well, don't you understand that the reason why there's nobody that looks like you doing what you're doing is because you're supposed to look like you? and you're supposed to inspire those who look like you. You know what I'm saying? And that like really hit home for me, because I was like, damn, I never saw, like, if you look into the media, there is really no Asian representation as far as, you know, like in anything that's huge, like not specifically my culture, it's always Chinese. You know what I'm saying? It's never like, I've never seen a Vietnamese person that I could look up to that's doing everything that I want to do. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be that person. Fuck waiting around for somebody to give me validation and tell me like, oh, you can do this. I'll just do it myself and inspire other people while I'm doing it. Point blank, period. Okay. I let go of all expectations. I flow freely and lovingly with life. I love myself. I know the only good waits for me at every turn. Yes, expect the best so you can receive the best. Loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. My heart is open. I allow my love to flow freely. I love myself. I love others, and others love me. I am safe in the universe, and all life loves and supports me. I breathe in the fullness and richness of life. I observe with joy as life abundantly supports me and supplies me with more good than I can imagine. All my relationships are harmonious. When we create harmony in our minds and hearts, we will find it in our lives. The inner creates the outer always. The inner creates the outer always. That is so key. That is so key. And that ties the entire reading for today so beautifully, because like that goes back with, you know, what our self-care was saying. That goes back to what the tarot was saying. That goes back to what, you know, the Trust Your Vibes deck was saying, is that once we change our inner perspective on ourselves, we'll change our perspective on how we look out into the world. You know what I mean? So if that message resonated with y'all, please let me know in the comments. You can tip me via Cash App or buy me a coffee with the link in the description. As I mentioned before, I do have a full moon collective Reiki coming up on Thursday. So to secure your spot, just send in $11.11 along with your full name by 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll be able to get you on the list. All right. And then we also will be doing a sound bath as well as a general reading for everybody who is participating. I am so glad that you were able to sit here and just listen to me, you know, give the message. And I really appreciate every single one of y'all. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Love y'all. Bye.